Welcome back to the Vichita Rajkumar online classes for the MPHW Medical Health Fitness and Vocational with the Bridge Course online video classes. Today I would like to give some of the important questions in the subject of the zoology for the regular BPC regular BPC secondary students as well as the MPHW first year students in the subject of the health promotion under the chapter of the anatomy and physiology. Okay, both the students they can watch this video. You can go through this unit. So we are moving on the session. So before that, who are watching first time, please watch till the end of my video. If you watch, you may like it. If you like it, you can comment and you can subscribe my channel, and you have to hit the bell icon also for more needed updated information. Okay, so we see one by one. This is a unit 2 and B is excreted products and their elimination. Actually this content I would like to give the questions and important questions with answers for the regular BPC students in the subject of the zoology. I thought that this content also useful for the MPHW first year students in the subject of the health promotion under the anatomy and physiology. Actually this is not only MPHW first year student, this content overall applicable for the intervocational all the students. Okay, it may be MLT or physiotherapy or MPHW students also. Both the students they can watch this video. This may be useful for your foundations. Okay, I hope this video is maybe helpful. Not only this video, so whatever I am discussing overall the zoology content, this content will be helpful for the intervocational students. Okay, so we see one by one. I will give the only important description and questions with answers. I didn't get the any content, but so many students are requested, please try to give the English medium content. So that's the reason I am trying to provide the content for the English medium students in the subject of the anatomy and physiology. Okay, so we see one by one. Excreted products and their elimination. Excrete is nothing but the exit. So whatever the waste products will be there, the waste products from our body to the different will be there, like a sweat, okay, urine and motion. So different will be this. It is not useful to our body. After product or after the everything process will be, even the process will be completely, the end of the products will be exit from our body to the outer world. So it is known as the excretory products or excretory products. Okay, and their eliminations. Okay, so first of all you have to know about the excretion. Excretion is nothing but the elimination of nitrogenous and other waste materials from body. Okay, so many products will be there, so many products will be end of the product, and our body will be, so many functions will be this. After ending of the products, our body will be, has to be eliminated some of the products. It may be sweat, or it may be urine, or it may be stools. So many waste products will be there. So it may be released our body with the help of the sweat glands. So different will be there. So urine will be eliminated with the help of the kidneys through the ureters. So urine will be collected through the ureters to the urinary bladder, and next one is the urethra. Okay, so this process will be there, like a stool also collected in the rectum, through the rectum and anus will be released to the outer environment. Okay, sweat also excreted to the sweat glands through the skin. So this is the process of the elimination of the waste products. Okay, so the elimination of the nitrogenous and other waste materials from the body. So kidneys are the chief excretory organs. Okay, this is the only, they have tried the 2 points. Okay, excretion or elimination. What is the meaning of excretion? Okay, in the excretion process also, kidneys are the chief excretory organs to eliminate the waste materials from the body. Okay, next one is here if you see the anatomy and physiology of the kidneys, the shape of the kidney will be there. So here in humans, the excretory system consists of the pair of kidneys as a pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. Okay, kidneys are reddish brown, bean shaped. Okay, human excretory system. In humans, the excretory system consisting of the pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters and a urinary bladder and urethra. Okay, so 2 kidneys will be there, no, and a pair of 2 ureters and a urinary bladder. Okay, and urethra. So these are the parts of the urinary system or excretory system. Okay, if you see the parts of the kidneys, inferior vena cava, pelvis, medulla, cortex, adrenal gland, renal artery, renal vein, kidneys, dorsal aorta, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. So here actually the whatever is the urine formed in the kidneys, the urine will be collected. Okay, urinary bladder and urethra, so these are parts will be there. So if we see the like a functioning anatomy and location of the kidneys are the reddish brown bean shaped structure situated on either side of the vertebral column between the levels of the last thoracic and third lumbar vertebrae in a retroperitoneal position. The right kidney is slightly lower than the left one due to the presence of large liver will be this. That is the reason shape of the kidney will be little bit lower, okay, little bit small size. So why it means the presence of the large liver will be, that is the reason comparing to the kidney will be slightly lower. Okay, so this is a reddish brown color bean shaped. So kidney, the size of the shape of the kidney is a bean shaped, situated on either side of the vertebral column. If you like a stand, if you stand, you just imagine this vein. Okay, like situated on either side of the vertebral column between the levels of the last thoracic and third lumbar vertebrae in a retroperitoneal position. Okay, the right kidney is slightly lower than the left one. Okay, the slightly lower than the left one. So here the right kidney slightly lower. Why it is lower? Is the left one is like a bigger, but one right one is a slower. Why is the sense is the presence of the larger liver will be there. So here also I will give the one of the important like a question answer is the largest gland in our body is the liver. Okay. Okay, next one, do you know average weight of the kidney is 120 to 170 grams in a man. So this is the average weight of the kidney. This is also a general knowledge question. So largest gland in our body is the liver. Okay. But master gland is different. Master gland is the pituitary gland, but largest gland is the liver. Okay. And next one, the outer surface of the kidney is a convex shape, and inner surface has a deep notch called hilum. Okay. So these are two will be there. Okay, hilum and convex. The outer surface kidney is the convex, and inner surface has a deep notch called as a hilum. We can call it as a hilum or hilum. The point at which the renal artery and nerves enter the renal vein and the ureter leave. Okay, each kidney is surrounded by a tough fibrous capsule that protects its delicate and inner surfaces. So each kidney is surrounded by a tough and fibrous capsule. So it will the tough, whatever is surrounded by the tough and fibrous capsule, it will protect its delicate and inner surface. Always the toughest and fibrous capsule, it will protect the inner surface of the kidney. Okay, so next one, the internal structure of the longitudinal section of the human kidney has two distinguished regions will be there. Here if you see the longitudinal section of the human kidney, there are two distinguished regions will be there. So first, outer one is the cortex and inner one is the medulla. Okay, outer one is the we are calling as outer surface of the kidney is the cortex, and inner one is the medulla. The medulla is divided into, medulla is the inner part, outer part is the cortex. Okay, so the medulla is again is divided into multiple cone shaped masses of tissue called renal pyramids. Okay, so again the inner parts of the medulla is divided into multiple cone shaped masses of tissue. It is known as the renal pyramids. Okay, the renal pyramids also again is separated by the projections of the cortex called columns of Bertin, renal columns. Okay, so in the outer parts of the cortex and inner one of the medulla is again, medulla is divided into multiple cone shaped, it is known as renal pyramids. Again renal pyramids are also separated by the projections, it is known as columns of Bertin or renal columns. Okay, so it is mainly originates at the border between the cortex and the medulla and terminates in the renal papilla. Okay, it's clear. So if you if you will anywhere, if you will feel tough or feel it's not comfort when you are reading this content, no need of read every point in these notes. Actually you have to read the superficial what is the outer part, what is the inner part. Okay, renal calyx, renal pyramids, like a renal columns. Only superficially you have to know the parts of the kidneys. Okay, that's it. Okay, next one is the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is it's an median storage sac situated in the lower abdominal cavity. It has thick, muscular, distended wall lined by transitional epithelium. The neck of the bladder leads into the urethra, which has an internal urethral sphincter made of smooth muscles and external urethral sphincter made of stippled muscles. Urethra opens near the vaginal orifice in the females and through penis in the males. Okay, so urinary bladder here, the like if you see that this is the median is middle part. It is a median storage sac situated in the lower abdominal cavity. It is where it will stored. It is a median storage sac. It will situated in the lower abdominal cavity. Again, it has a thick, muscular and distensible wall. Why it is distensible? It will store the urine. Okay, urinary bladder will, the main responsibility of the urinary bladder is that it will it will store the urine. Okay, main responsibility of the urinary bladder is it will store the urine. Okay, that is the reason it is having the capacity of the distensible wall lined by transitional epithelium. The neck of the bladder leads into urethra, which has an internal urethral sphincter made of, so this sphincter has the made of the smooth muscles. Okay, external urethral sphincter made of a stipple. So internal having the smooth, it is an internal urethral sphincter. It is made up of smooth muscles. So whereas external urethral sphincter, it is made up of stipple muscles. Okay, so urethra opens near the vaginal orifice in the females, whereas in the penis in the males. Okay, the urethra opens near the vaginal orifice in the females. So we will see the like males through penis in the males. Okay, so do you know infection of the urinary tract is more common in women than in men? So due to the females are short urethra, more close to the anal aperture on part with its surface, and greater possibility of the germs passing the anal urinary tract road. So why the females are getting the more infections? It is a open area, so that is the reason always the females are more prone to get the infections, especially UTI, urinary tract infections. Why means that is a very open area, very short urethra, so that is the reason they are getting the chances to get the infection very easily, very soon. Because that is the reason wherever, so according to our convenient way, so after urinals compulsory we have to flush our area with water compulsory to prevent the infections. Okay, so next, structure of a nephron is not necessary, but even if you know, you can go through, no problem for that. Each kidney has nearly 1 million nephrons or uniferous tubules, which are the structural and functional units. Each nephron has two parts. Okay, renal tubule, corpus, different will be there, but you have to know about the structure of the kidneys. Okay. Okay, micturition. Next one is the micturition is nothing but the urine formed by the nephrons is ultimately carried out to the urinary bladder, where it is stored till a valent signal is given by the central nervous system. The signal is initiated by the stretching of the urinary bladder. As it gets filled with the urine in response, the stretch receptors and the walls, the urinary. So whatever it may be, here the overall meaning is the micturition is nothing but the, okay, here the process of passing out urine is called. So whenever if you want to pass the urine, it is called as a micturition. Process of passing out the urine. Okay, micturition means what? Process of passing out of the urine. Okay, process of passing the urine or process of passing out the urine. It is when our urinary bladder will be stored with the urine. So automatically we will get the voluntary signal is given by the central nervous system. So that's the time we will go for washroom. Okay, it's mainly initiated by the stretching of the urinary muscle. Automatically when our body will be stored or full, automatically we will get the signals from the central nervous system. So that is the for that only we will go for the washrooms. Okay, actually here the meaning is the micturition is nothing but the process of passing out the urine is called the micturition. Okay. And the neural mechanisms involved is called micturition reflex. So this is a micturition reflex only, we will go for the washroom. Okay, urine. An adult human excretes an average 1 to 1.5 liters of urine per day. An adult human excretes, so they will eliminate, they will pass the urine an average 1 to 1.5 liters of urine per day. So this is also general, medical, logical, and interesting, important question. Okay, everybody has to know it. Okay, so average or adult person, so maximum and minimum they will pass the urine per day 1 to 1.5, okay, 1 to 1.55 liters of urine per day. The urine is formed is a slight yellow colored watery fluid which is slightly acid, pH 6.0, and has a characteristic odor. There is no like, okay, has a characteristic, this is a different odor will be there. Urine of a healthy individual contains 96% of water, 2% of urine, 2% of other dissolved substances, and an average 25.30 grams of urea is excreted per day. With various conditions can affect the quantity and composition of urine. Analysis of the urine helps in the clinical diagnosis of many metabolic disorders as well as malfunctioning of the kidney. Okay, so this is overall the description about the urine is the, okay, per day the average adult human excretes 1 to 1.5 liters per day urine. Okay, so the main color of the urine is the, okay, light yellow colored watery fluid will be there. The pH is 6.0. Okay, and healthy individual contains the 96% of water, 2% of urine, 2% of other dissolved substances will be there. Average 25 to 30 grams will be there. So urea is excreted per day. Okay, so the like a quantity and composition of this, so various conditions. Okay, if you have any problem, so most of the conditions, if anybody will suffering with any problem, so with the help of the urine only we can confirm some of the diagnosis, especially diagnosis of many metabolic disorders like diabetes, urine for sugar, urine for albumin. Okay, so like a diagnosis of many metabolic disorders, we okay, like a diabetes, okay, and as well as any kidney problems. Okay, malfunctioning of the, if the kidney is not functioning properly, with the help of the urine like a sample only we can identify the problem of the disease condition. It's clear to everyone? Okay, so till now I discussed overall the anatomy and physiology in brief about the urinary system. It's clear? Okay, thanks for watching my channel. Okay, please watch my channel. Okay, thank you once again. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.